I'm going to do a video today to introduce you to Onefile as a new learner. So in front of me here, I have a learner account. This is the fake learner, Anna Smith. So we're not breaching any data protection today when we're looking through this portfolio, please don't worry. So when you first sign up and you have done all of your enrolment, you will be given a Onefile account. When you log into that Onefile account, you will be using a name, not an email address. Okay, so if your name is Anna Smith, it would be A Smith and then a number after it. There will be no spaces and it will be in capital letters. And then you'll be given a password, which is case sensitive as well. Once you log in, before this page, and I'm sorry I can't show you that today, there will be some terms and conditions. So when you log into Onefile, the terms and conditions will come up. Anything that you have to do will be highlighted in bright yellow. So if you are to sign anything, i.e. the terms and conditions, there will be a line with your name at the bottom and a little box. That is Onefile's way of saying you need to sign something. And you might think, why do we not just sign it with the signature and draw the signature on? Well, once you've logged into Onefile, you should be the only person logging into your portfolio. So anything you tick is, is a signature from you, a digital signature. So once you're in here, there's a number of things that I want to just talk you through. You will always be taken to your home page. This is your home page here. And as you can see, you are given some information on what it is that makes up your qualification. So here, Anna Smith is on an early years educator. She is doing the early years educator gateway. She's also doing functional skills in maths at level 2. She's doing the diploma in children's learning and development, personal safeguarding and wellbeing, and the early years educator endpoint. Now, to do the early years educator, you have an embedded diploma. She can see her overall progress, any tasks she has due, and all the people related to her on her Onefile. Now, the whole of our assessment team is actually on Anna Smith because we all use her for training. So once you're on this homepage here, it is a really useful place to speak to your IQA. Your IQA stands for Internal Quality Assurer or Assessor. And that person basically makes sure that your tutor is doing what they should be to give you the best learning journey. So if you ever do need to contact anybody about your assessments, etc., you can contact them as well as your tutor. So I would like you to click into your portfolio. Once you're in your portfolio, you're going to kind of see the same layout as your tutors do. Now, one of the things that you can do when you first start is to click on your name here at the very top, and you can sort your profile out. You can do things like upload a photo, make sure your home address is correct, your telephone number. Don't worry too much about these bits here with Skype and websites, but you also can put in what your nursery is and upload any documents such as your CV, your job description, any certificates that you've got, anything that you think is useful for your apprenticeship can go on there. Just be aware, everyone that has access to your Onefile within our training team will see those documents. Your email preferences, you can make sure that your email is correct. If you ever need to add a new one, you can pop that in here and press add, and then you just move the tick into the new email address and it will make sure that it sends alerts to that email. You can also specify what kind of alerts you want, if you want weekly ones, if you want daily ones, that's all in there. Here you can see when you've last been on your Onefile, and in here we have your privacy. Okay, so you want to go back to your portfolio, you can either click on your name or on that again, but let's click on your name and we're back. Now just here with the question mark, we have some user guides. They're really helpful when you're trying to figure out what it is you want to do on your Onefile. So let's try activity tasks. It gives you some guidance on how to do activity tasks. okay? And it screenshots exactly what you do step by step. So this is a really good visual aid for if you're getting a little bit worried about how to do things. But your tutor will always give you some help and guidance as well. This is just for that first bit when maybe you've just been signed on and you are wanting to gain some independence yourself. So that's really good. Also, online training, you can actually watch a number of videos if you were to type Onefile support into Google, and it will give you lots and lots of advice and support with videos and guides on there as well. Okay, so we've uploaded our photo. You will have been set a plan. Now, before we move on from here, if you do have perhaps maybe it's dyslexia or something that just means that this option now with the white background and the black writing is a little bit overbearing, you can go into your appearance and you can choose which one you would rather have. Okay, there's only 4 options. My preference is the yellow background with the dark blue. You can change your font as well. So if you find one font's easier to read than another, then you can do that. Okay, I'm going to go to comic, and I can also make the font sizes bigger if I want to. There we go, look. I'm actually going to just pop them onto medium. Okay. Oh, preset font sizes, sorry, and then you can actually do your your writing as well. So don't press that because it'll just go back to what Onefile says. Click on your name again. Another thing that you can do in here is you can set your status. Now, usually I'd just leave it as it is, just online. You can save that there. People know when your tutor will know when you're online doing your work then. So we're going to go back to Anna. Okay. Now, can you see this little tick in the box there? And it will disappear if you scroll up and down. But this one here is simple view, which means all your little icons, these boxes here, are hidden behind little tabs. Okay, I think when you're starting off and you've got so much to learn, I would suggest unticking simple view. It means all your icons are just in one place. So when your tutor's asking you to tick on something, you are not having to go into all different tabs to try and find it. Okay. Now, the main thing you're going to want when you first log in is your tasks, okay? And your tasks are going to be a little clipboard with a tick in. I can see it here, look. Clipboard with a tick. I've got tasks here and I've got tasks here. And these are my messages. Now, it doesn't matter which way I go into it. I'll get to the same point. So let's click on my tasks. What have I got to do? And the way to find out is to click on top of it. So it's going to open it up for you. So here, look, we've got a task. So as mentioned, your tutor will organise a one-to-one individual teaching session. In this session, you will cover the following: accidents and emergencies, health and wellbeing, keeping records and confidentiality. After this session, you will be able to complete the following tasks in your task book. And it tells me here, and I've got an online session to watch, okay? I've got a PowerPoint to watch, and if I just click on the download button here, I should be able to open this in a second. Let's give it a little minute. There we go, it's opening for me. I'm just going to scoot it over onto this one here. And I can pop that if I want to into a slideshow. Okay, and I can start watching my PowerPoint. Now, depending on your course, you might be set something different. But here we go, look, this is your first teaching session. So I'm just going to escape that. Then what you can write is health and safety session, the date you completed it, what time you started it, how long it took you to do, and it's teaching and support. Okay, so let me do that here, look. Oops. Okay. If you see something like this, it just means that something else has been logged for that time. So obviously I didn't know that. So let's press cancel. You don't need to panic if that ever happens to you. Let's choose a different date. Don't pick a Saturday. Only a weekday. There we go. The reason I said only a weekday is I can log this as off the job if it's a working day. I'm imagining him at work now, maybe getting given my my off the job time. There we go. Teaching. And in here I found this session, you know, I learned I will use this in my practice by, how's it going to impact you and the children? You can write that all in there. And then you can press the create button. Okay, that's now going to have logged that activity in your learning journal. And the way that you can go back to that is if you go back to portfolio and we look in the learning journal, we should see that entry now. Look, here we go. And it's evidence of teaching and learning, and that marries up with your timesheets. So your timesheets are going to be something very important that we go into in more detail. But essentially, timesheets, we have to make sure that we have, see all these categories here, teaching and support, there has to be a certain amount of hours logged there by yourself and your tutor. If you've got maths, there has to be 55 hours logged. If you've got English, there has to be 55 hours logged. And basically, between you and your tutor, and they'll always guide you with this, we want to get to 20% off the job by the end of your course, minimum. So to create any timesheet entries, maybe you've had some training with your mentor, or you've done some first aid training, or something's happened whilst being paid and you've learnt something new, you can log that entry there. You can put it in here. And can you see how it's ticked off the job? It just means that maybe I did 4 or 3 hours training that day. Okay, I can log that, and it just means that my off the job section here is starting to increase, and I'll start to get these numbers up. Okay, now Anna has done, an exemplary amount of off the job, but this is just a pretend account. Right, so you will have a welcome task. It will be a video. I've just shown you a PowerPoint there, but when plans are set by your tutor, and this is what a plan looks like. Oh, hang on. That's what a plan looks like. See where we've got one. It will tell you with the title of the plan, the date it was set and how. So this was in a face-to-face visit. And when your next visit is, yours will probably say remote. And then it's got all the different tasks in it, what videos, what links, what resources you've got. You've got to read those instructions. And this person's got 2, Anna's got 2. And you'll go to the assessment here and you'll follow the instructions. So it's telling you to watch the videos, and then it will cover this criteria here. And if you ever need to upload evidence, now this person's done it and they've been given some feedback, there will be a little paperclip here for you to upload evidence if you need to do it. Now this one's been completed, but let's have a little look if we go back to Anna. Where are we? We want this one here now. I can see, look, project 1's been completed, project 2's been completed. You can see all the ones that have been completed now. Anna's been doing really well because she's been completing everything. Let's just pop on here and see how that's affected her progress. Well, actually, she's on 100% progress. So I would say there's no real telling how much one piece of work is going to take you up. And that might be a question you're quite keen to ask your tutor. It really just depends how much criteria it meets. Some assessments you can do, and they might just take you up 1%. Some assessments you can do, and it can take you up 20%. And it really is the role of your tutor assessor and yourself to keep on track of that. And what you want to do is you want to always stay within the amber. Okay. And if you ever do want to see, well, what kind of stuff have I got to get up to then in my course, you can look on your gap analysis. You'll also be given a training plan. and that will say which units you're going to do on which months, and you'll have agreed that with your tutor as well. So I'm going to filter the gap analysis to show all and apply. And then if I collapse all my units, and the reason I do that is so that I don't have to look at every single piece. It's quite overbearing. I can just look at, oh, here's my standard. These are the things that I'm going to do at EPA. So I've got knowledge, skills and behaviours. And if you just click on them, it will tell you what criteria is going to be met in that unit. And then I go to my diploma bit here, look, because every level 3, level 2 and 3 has a diploma in childcare. So I'll look here. Oh, look, I've got to explain expected children's development from birth to 5, and you'll be set work to help you meet that criteria. Oh, what am I going to do in safeguarding? You can have a little look here. Oh, I've got to learn a little bit about the EYFS. I've got to listen, show how I listen actively to children. So that's going to be a practical thing in an observation. I'm going to have to explain what the different types of abuse are. So, this is the kind of stuff you can start thinking, oh, do I know a bit of that already? Have I got some training on that? Have I written notes in some training before that might help me? Have I got any really good websites or policies that I can start collecting together to help me get prepared for this? Yeah. So once that's happened and you've been set all of that work, you are just going to be working your way through these tasks. Now, Anna's got another 2. I can see this one's gone out of date. So that's really priority for me. What do I need to do here? And it will tell you here what you've got to do. Some things will be an activity that linked to a learning journal entry, and anything that's going to give you progress will be an assessment that will have criteria marked in. As we can see, Anna's done all of her assessments, so I can't show you that right now. But if we go right to the bottom, I can see all the assessments Anna's done. And if you get a task that looks like this, for example, let's have a look. See this one here, she's had to watch 3 recordings, and then she's had to look for where's the booklet. She's got a task book there. Let's have a little look at that task book and what they might look like to you. Okay. Lots of reading to do. Take your time with these things, read them, make notes, and then you can start filling them in. So this task book has been saved to Anna's desktop. And when it gets to the point where she's got to send it off to a tutor, in this bit here will be a little tiny paperclip, and you will click on it and it will open up all of your files on your computer. You can then attach it in there, or your files on your phone, wherever you're doing it from. I really highly recommend doing it from a computer device. Otherwise, you've got a tiny screen to try and do your work on. It's not ideal. So you'll click on the paperclip, you'll upload your bits of work. And it's really important you always add a bit of feedback for your tutor. And then right at the bottom will be your name highlighted in bright yellow. But before you're allowed to tick it and save and quit, and there'll be a little green button that says save and quit, you have to put how many minutes it took you to do, and to tick if you did it during off the job time, which is when you're getting paid. Okay. If you want to read messages, they're in here. Press view all, and you can also write a new message, maybe to your tutor if you want to ask her something. Oh, look, where's my name? There I am. So pretend Natasha's your tutor. Help with work. Ask your question. You can attach things if you want to. Please, could you look at this piece? I'm a bit stuck. Send it, and that tutor will then get that message. Okay. So we just click through all of these. We've already mentioned home. You can get to your tasks there if you need to. Your portfolio is where you want to be, really. Your tasks are what you're going to have to do before you have contact with the tutor. Your assessments will all start logging in here. You've got your timesheets, which I've gone through already. You just need to select which one you are going to need to put it under. So, this person's done online courses and logged it. Your learning journal we've gone through because that was one of the activities and we did a bit of feedback there. I don't want you to worry about scorecards at this point or courses. We've gone through messages. We've gone through progress over here on this, but if you ever want to see it mounting up here, I mean, this learner's now at 100%, but you might see them at 39%. And you know, what you were actually meant to be on, we never want to go into the red. Okay, we've got some resources as well. We tend to put your resources on the tasks. If you've been set to task, your resources will be added. But that is another extra place there, and it does have some of the policies in there as well. And then we've got the help centre. Okay, but you need to make sure you verify your email to be able to do that. But this is the main one I want you to focus on. Okay, thank you.